Yes. Good evening. Good evening, Ashish. Good evening, Pranjal. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. Actually, there was some kind of technical issue due to which I had to, figure things out. And since this is our first live stream, so I couldn't actually, get through it, and so it took me a bit of time. But I wouldn't want to waste your time because examinations are really near. Just a thumbs up that can you people hear me? Am I audible, or is it that I'm just speaking in the void? For people who are present, can anyone just comment on the chat box that whether I'm audible or not? Audible. Okay, okay. Okay, Rima, I'm also audible. Okay. Okay. So, what I've seen is that there are list of, doubts that you people have. And since the time is very limited, and obviously I'm going to make two very important and very exciting announcements for you people. But since time is very limited, it's not possible to go ahead and to and to do to put up a video for everything, each and everything. So this session is for clarifying those kind of doubts. This session is basically for clarifying nitty gritties of the doubts. One of the doubts that a lot of you people have, or a lot of you people have been saying about, is about that preposition. Do you take his word for mine, over mine, against mine? Someone said it's always over mine. So, any honestly, if you go through the council answers, because 2000 it's from 2008 ICSE Council, and 2008 ICSE Council also has published the answers. If you go through those answers, ICSE Council has given the answer is for. So they have written, do you take his word for mine? Now, if you're writing, do you take his word? I think it was Seema's question, or I think it was Bhumika who said that, ma'am, it could be against. So if you're writing over, that's also fine. If you're writing against, that's also fine. If you're writing for, that's also fine. Children, I'm not putting out stuff without any, valuable basis. I'm trying to give you verified things, and being a certified teacher for over 10 plus years, I know that. So have a little trust in on me, and just it's okay. So that is why there I said for, because I couldn't just give you any random answer. I have to give you the right one, the correct one for your preparation. Now, someone said that I'll just have a look. Someone said that they wanted to know how to, and in the meantime, formal letter format. Okay, so Dheeraj Kumar, formal letter format. If you have a book called Total English, go to that book called Total English. There you will find the formal letter format here in this form. Without any PDF and stuff like that, which reminded me also about the PDF. I'm going to talk about that. Yes, I am going to again, for all the formats, go to a book there. I'm sure your school has prescribed you a book called Total English. There you'll find the format. There you'll find the format for your ICSE. So formal letter format, a notice with the heading, all of that. Please go to that. These things are something that you could easily find in your this. Now, there are certain questions that was there. Yeah, just a second. Someone asked me about time management. So, ma'am, can you explain how to use of preposition? Yes, we'll come to that. Yes, definitely. Can you please tell me which resource is best for MOV? Okay, coming to that as well. Ma'am, important prose and poem, coming to that as well, coming to all of that. Now, first of all, let's clarify the doubt that people already who have already put up on the comment. So let me just go to them. And once I've covered, then I'll be coming. In the meantime, please, with a keep on putting on your doubts on the comment box. I'll definitely go through them. Also, I'll try and clarify as much as I can in this short duration. Mm, yes, just give me 1 minute. Okay. So tips for essay. One of the things was tips for essay. So the tips for essay is that beta, uh, I have put in an essay, argumentative essay format. I've taught you people how to approach that. I've taught you people how to approach that. So go ahead and go ahead and try and watch that video. That you can do that. And apart from that, a narrative essay. So a lot of you have told me about narrative essay, and I am going to put up a narrative essay this evening itself. By tonight, you'll get a video on narrative essay where I've done extreme hard work. I have analyzed the paper. I have come up with certain topics where I will also be discussing what is it, how is it that at this moment, at this juncture, last moment, you're supposed to approach narrative essays. So I'll be putting up that video, and I'll also be putting up a video on your grammar. So grammar practice, basically more preposition practice, more, I think someone told me about transformation of sentences, so more practice. So the whole transformation of sentences, verbs, grammar, so a whole of video which will have the list of all of these questions, fresh set of questions, not the past paper, but similar to the past paper, because your ICSE is prone to giving you questions like these. So what are we going to do is we are going to you know try and we are going to try and approach it in that way. So I'm going to try and put the up a video where you'll get the narrative essay, the deeds of the narrative essay, and more topics for argumentative essay. Anamika, whatever I've given is bit of more than sufficient. If you go through it, if you practice, you'll get a good basis. You'll get a good basis. So because of which you will be good to go. So at this moment, you're not supposed to do not go too much into, because today is 19th, tomorrow is 20th. So do not, just know the framework. That is why coming to the, because someone said, I think name is not mentioned, but the name is user something something. So I'll come to the tips of the essay. So how are you going to approach the essay? Like general, these are general tips. The tips for your argumentative has been given in that argumentative video, essay video. The tips for narrative would be given or in the narrative, because I'm not just giving you the topics, but I'm also giving you what should you be focusing on, how can you gain more marks, how can you emphasize your essays, how can you make it better so that you fetch the best marks possible. So that will be given, and one more video is going to be put up on by tomorrow on descriptive essay. So descriptive, narrative, and argumentative, these are the three essays which most students attempt. And I'm going to argumentative have it done. And in that argumentative essay, someone also commented that, ma'am, we want the topic for descriptive. The descriptive topic has also been put up in that argumentative essay video. Go through it, you will find it. And if there's anything more, I'll definitely, because while discussing a descriptive essay, I'll definitely add in those topics, as in I have done with the case of argumentative essay. Now, coming to the tips for essay, because I would want, uh, just a second, beta. Just a second, I'm putting a pause to it. Yeah. So, the tips for general tips for essay, how are you going to approach? For instance, let's think of Dheeraj Kumar, but I've already told you, go ahead, total English, go to total English, you'll find the format of the letter. It's not something that time is of essence here, so let's discuss things which are of importance. You'll easily find it on internet, you'll easily find in total English, you can find it. So just go ahead and find it there. Yeah, so coming for the tips, what when you approach the paper, when you get the paper, the first thing that you get is an essay. So how should you approach it? How should you go ahead and what should you do? First of all, by now you should be knowing your strengths. Yes, ma'am, can you explain your one of your essay? Yes, social gathering. Yes, definitely. I'll be coming to that. I'll try to wrap it up. Yeah. So one of the after the general tips, definitely Bhumika, I'll come to that. So one of the things that the mentality that you kids should have, because someone said that, ma'am, we are very scared. First of all, do not be scared. You people have studied English for so long. You people have studied English in class 8, 9, 10, 7, 6. You people have studied preposition in class 5 as well, and maybe even in 4. So do not be scared. Do not be scared at all. You can manage. You will be able to handle everything. So do not worry. First of all, when you get a topic, better know your strengths. What are your strengths? If you are attempting by now, you should know that whether I'm going to attempt argumentative essay, whether I'm going to attempt descriptive, whether I'm going to attempt short story, picture composition, what am I going to attempt? You should know. You should know what are your strengths. So focus on that. That I am going to attempt argumentative essay. So I'll directly go and look at argumentative essay. Now, once I've done, what I'm going to do is again, if you watch my argumentative essay video, then you'll see that how I've told you, to talk about, how I've told you to talk about what, how I've told you to think about the general, some simple, witty, and usually what happens during examination time, our mind does not work. Since our mind does not work, what usually happens is that we end up, we do not end up coming up with, some sensational information. We do not end up coming up with some intelligent line. So it's okay, just go with something simple, not repeating everything because it's already there and we are not going to waste our time. And just try and think about what are the points, 4 to 5 points, reason, explanation, and in conclusion, I'll either sum it up. And if I have something witty to say to sum it up, I'll do that. So be very clear about those things. Like today, while putting up the narrative video, I'm also going to tell you how to approach narrative video essay, sorry, not video, narrative essay, or how to approach descriptive essays. Just follow those guidelines. You will be good to go. You will be good to go. You wouldn't have any issues. You wouldn't have any problem. And do not, but for instance, worst come worst, you have prepared for argumentative essay, but your topic for argumentative essay is not something that you're going to write. That is why dabble with two forms. Do not just be like, I'm going to go with argumentative essays. I'm going to go with argumentative essays, but ma'am has given, because the narrative essay video that I'm going to put up is an essay where I've done a lot of analysis. So if you at least attempt 2 to 3 from there, you're good to go. You would be able to manage. So I am good with narrative, I am good with descriptive. Just keep these two things so that if it doesn't come, then I'll end up writing something else. Okay. So that's there. Letters are usually easy. Notice and email is easy. Comprehension is easy. So you will be able to do. But time yourself. Revise your paper before giving. Time yourself really well. Relax and do not worry. You'll be able to manage comprehension. Do not worry about that. You'll be able to manage letter, notice, email. These things are manageable. What is perhaps might be unmanageable is an essay, where, as I've told you, argumentative, I've already discussed how to approach for your narrative. The video would be put up today and descriptive would be put up tomorrow morning. So those three things are sorted out, and since the time crunch is very less, we are not going into short story and picture composition. But these three things I am giving you as much help as I can. Look into it, follow the guidelines. If you still have any problem, go through the doubt. Now, essay grammar, yes, grammar we'll be practicing. As I said, I'll be putting up an entire grammar video today, and tomorrow also I'll be putting up an entire grammar video tomorrow as well. So that's there. Now, apart from that, I don't think there was uh, any doubt or any question. Now let me just go through practice 15, yes, 15 compositions. Yes, Bhumika, 15 compositions is more than enough. Just also do not tire yourself out. Yes, let's see, let's get on to the questions now that you people have. Formal letter format clarified. Ma'am, can you explain how to use of preposition? So, of preposition, Bhumika, usually comes with origin. So, whenever we are talking of origin, then we go off. Like, very simple basic example is, Bhumika, the pen is made of plastic. So whenever we are talking of, OF off, OFF off is far away, at a distance. Get off the lawn, OFF off. But OF off is origin. So that is off. But one more thing, I'm going to go into, I have one more thing. I'll just, as I said, this is for you all. So I'm going to go and give you one more detail about off. Just give me 1 minute. I have to open my PDF. Um, Yeah, and regarding the PDF, I'll also be sharing. Do you people want the PDF of these things, like the one that I have put, that I usually put up? Do you people want it? Yes, Bhumika. Just to clarify, beta, off we use off for location. So east of here, middle of the road, whatever off that is there. Yes, like previous year, 2023, I remember telling my students there was a question which said that we met dash the crossword, and many of them wrote on the crossword or stuff like that. It was actually at. Wherever you have specific location, wherever you will have specific location, please and please, please and please go with at. At is for specific location. So that is there. Off beta we use off for what? We use off for location east of here, middle of the road. For possession, again, a friend of mine, the sound of music, something that talks about origin or a part of the group. That's another scenario where off is used. One of us, a member of the team, or in case of measurement, bacha, a cup of milk, 2 meters of cloth. So all of these are usually conventional usage of off. And if if the paper that the video that I put up with that discussion, if it has off, I'll definitely try and explain that for you as well, Bhumika. Thank you for bringing me to my notice. Ma'am, can you please tell me which is the best, which resource is best for MOV? At this point, beta, depends on your preparation. I hope you have studied shloka. Yes, I think Shloka Chittupoli. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. At this point, beta, it depends on your preparation. There's the best resource is the book. Apart from that, if you've got depends on what your school teacher or whatever teacher has taught you, that is there. And there are certain important extracts for which I have put up one of the videos, and mercy scene is there. That's also because a lot of times, 2 to 3 times they have given mercy scene, but they didn't. So maybe they might end up giving again. All of it is lot of it is probability, but they used to give mercy scene. I think twice or thrice they have given mercy scene, but previous year it was anticipated that they'll give mercy scene, but they didn't. So maybe this year they might give. Shylock scene is important. There are a lot of scenes which are not they're important not because they'll come to exam, but because if you study them, if you read them, then you'll definitely are going to good. Right. But Act 5, the thing about Act 5 is that Act 5 you have the ring episode, and Act 5 you have the this Act 5 you have the lovers quarrel, Jessica and Lorenzo talking about each other. Those two things are important. So go and read them. Again, that I'll try and see if the time permits, because again, I being a teacher, I also have to have my batch of students. So I have to look at that them as well. But if time permits, then before literature exam, I'll put up a video where I'm not, at least if I'm not explaining, at least I'm making you mark the important, extracts. Which are the extracts which will be helpful for you? So that's there. Some probable topics of argumentative and narrative. Ashish, argumentative essays I've already made the topic better. Go ahead and go through it. Narrative essay, I'll be putting up the video, Ashish, so you'll be getting that. Important preposition for exam. Again, beta, whatever preposition, because again, the preposition that I'm giving you is prepositions based on analysis, Bhumika. So practice them. Practice them as much as you can. Whatever answers are there, practice them. That's because for your ICSE, your preposition gets confusing, but not that confusing. Uh, then we have more topics for, again, Anamika, as I told you, whatever I've given better is more than sufficient. Practice them, you'll have a good hold. Practice preposition, Bhumika saying, uh, yes, some vocabulary which we can use. Ashish. Uh, Ashish, there's one of the posts which has some vocabulary which you can use, but right off the bat, if I have to give you an example, as I said, instead of using see, use the word observe, notice. If you are say if for instance in case of a poem, uh, if the poet is for instance daffodils, let's take an example of daffodils, or let's take an example of the patriot. So patriot, where the patriot is being, is bleeding from the forehead. So what does that mean, right? So the patriot bleeding from the forehead is because, no, we are not going to write like that. The patriot bleeding from the forehead implies the change in the attitude of the people, and the fact that he's saying that the God is there in the heaven. God, and yes, definitely a video for literary device will be there. For people, please put up the video for literary device. Ma'am, please put up the, going to do that for you all. Don't worry. That I'm going to definitely going to do, because I want you to people to be the best, like try and get the best help that you can at this point of time when you all are so stressed, and do not be stressed. So just, it's okay. You will manage. It will be fine for you all. Do not worry at all. So so there you could say that those two lines where he says, that I am exactly cannot remember right now, but where the implication is that God will be there. It doesn't matter. The world of again, the word that you could use is fickle mindedness. What is fickle mindedness, Bacha? The changing attitude of people. Today I'm something else. Today I'm saying I'm this. Tomorrow I'm saying I'm something else. So the fickle mindedness of the people is being implied here. I think the people are changing, people are the attitude of people has changed, fickle mindedness of the people is implied here. So again, Ashish, the reason why some vocabulary words, the reason why I cannot do it, because it's a lot more deeper. But again, you can use imply, use represent, use observe, use notice, use words like those, instead of saying said, or I don't know, whatever uh, common, not common, but very bland words students use, vocabulary which is not up to the mark. Ma'am, can you explain one of your essay, social gathering after COVID? Bhumika, what do you mean by that? But again, too much on my mind. Which social gathering, which essay is it? Just tell me so I can summarize it. Can you let us know the proverbs that we can use in argumentative essay? Okay, proverbs that you can use in argumentative essay. Anamika, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write it in my this. I'm going to put up a post for this proverbs. Um, Again, but it depends on the context. So what I'm going to do is maybe take a list of, for instance, competition can hamper development. So the proverb that you can use for but rather than proverbs, because again, the thing is that you might end up, no, you might learn this list of proverbs, and you might end up going there with this thing that I'm going to go and write. But at that moment, you might forget, or that might not be applicable, because we do not know what they are going to give. All we can do is like try our best and think that this is what can happen, and if this happens, then well and good. So that is there. So rather than proverb bitter, and again, proverbs, using proverbs are great, but more than that, try to come up with your witty, simple saying of your own. Why? Because that shows originality. That shows that you original. You are a creative mind. You are an original thinker. At that moment of time, you have thought something original, something witty to write. So that's why what I would suggest is, rather than going with the proverbs, if you can remember, just read a list of proverbs, na Anamika. You'll get it on internet, like any list of proverbs that's there. Just read it once or twice or something. You get 2 minutes time. You're sitting, you're having your evening snack. Just go through a list of proverbs if you want to use proverbs. Otherwise, try to come up with something original of your own. Please provide us with some quotes to use. Quotes with reference to what, Bacha? What are you saying? Quotes with reference to poem, prose, short story. Uh, what are you referring to? Which quotes? Yes, Peter. Practice of 15 composition is more than enough. Getting nervous, yes, it is pretty natural. It is but natural, inevitable that you'll get nervous. Do not get nervous. You have studied this, you have done that. If your preparation is up to the mark, there's nothing to get nervous about. Just follow the guidance, practice, and just take a deep breath. That's it. Ma'am, please provide some quotation. Quotation which, again, with reference to everything, which quotation are you people referring to? Ma'am, is it true that student gets less marks in info? No, there's nothing like that. Informal letter, less marks. Formal letter, more marks. As long as Seema, yes, Seema, and I answered your question regarding against and for, and do you take his word for mine is correct. It was given, it's given there as a solution as a part of ICSE 2008 paper. You can go and check. But over is also fine and against is also fine. No, beta, there's nothing of that sort. Informal letter will not fetch you less marks as long as you're writing properly. See, how do you get marks in language? You get marks in language. First of all, it's language paper, and you are from ICSE boards, right? So they expect a certain kind of standard from you people. You people cannot be writing very basic English. That's not there. And anyway, if you're writing basic English, it's not a good representation on your part, right? So what you're going to do, what you could actually do is, first of all, make sure brush up your vocabulary. I think Anamika was talking about proverbs. That's also a good thing. Just brush up your vocabulary. Someone was talking about vocabulary. Just go through a list of, open the internet list of vocabulary. Just go through it. Answer writing vocabulary, yes, maybe that can I'll try and see what I can do. So just let me just make a note of it. So someone said proverbs, someone said answer writing vocabulary. Let me just make a note of it so that I remember. Mm, this I think I can be a bit of a help to you all. And proverb, yeah. So so making a note of it so that no, I need not do that. And no, so nothing of that sort. Vikrant, it's fine. Ma'am, in the bitter, please again, Bhumika, total English, internet, format, please. Uh, hello, ma'am. The for the notice. Yes. The notice for the date, yes. Basically, the notice for the date should be after 21st February, right? When no, when you're putting up a notice, better you do not put notice. For instance, your school has told you to put up a notice on the school board, right? So, are you going to put up a notice like after the event? It depends on the notice was always put up before the event. So, try and come up with a date which is before the event. So, the a date before 21st February, that's fine. Not after, because the notice is always prior information. We do not give notice. For notices, we do not write notice after the date. And if you're considering ICSE as the thing, there's nothing of that sort. You do not need to worry about, but it's better you go with before date, because the notice is always put up on a board before the event takes place. So before, go with something before rather than after. Uh, Ma'am, in grammar portion, do we have to write the exact answer after writing the option, or writing the option only is enough? Um, do we have to write the exact answer after writing the option? Enthusiast, I cannot understand your question. Or writing option only is enough. Ma'am, in formal letter, please again, Vikrant, you will find all of this, Bacha. These are note this based questions. These are format based questions. Practice worksheet of preposition. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Practice worksheet, ma'am. Okay. And ma'am, how do you perform well in study time? Yes, study time. Study time, I am going to put up a video for Pressy. Do not worry about that. I did took a note of your comment, so don't worry about that. I have practiced 10 years preposition. Is it enough? Sachin, yes, 10 years preposition is enough. Ma'am, please, important prose and poems. Important prose and poems. Okay. Important. Okay. Child, important prose and poems. See, I do not believe in, I'm one of those teachers who do not believe in, specific studying. So I wouldn't want you to go and say important prose and poems. These are important prose and poems. Those are important prose and poems. Do not go with that. You have the option of leaving one. You can definitely, at this point of time, Pranjal, you can leave one. That's there. But apart from that, focus on everything, child. Do not go with the one. Huh. But what I am doing with you people is I am giving you important parts from the prose and poems. So if you are suppose doing daffodil, what are the important parts? What should you focus on? I can do that for you. Uh, Ashmita, बेटा preposition कैसे करे? Last minute में बच्चा preposition कैसे करे? Preposition practice. The only thing you can do is practice. How to score 85 marks? Seema Yadav. Beta 85 marks you can score, as I was telling it, in grammar. If you're writing the essay well, if you're following all the components of the essay, if you have done your practice for this, if you have done your practice for your grammar practice really well, essay, letter, notice, email, not so much. You do get marks if you're following the basic format. Again, and format, please, if you people have total English, go through it, look at it. you will get it. Or if those are very basic things that's available, beta. It's nothing different. How to perform them? Yes. So, beta, that's there. And try to present your ideas. Lot of times, what students do is they mix up the things. They complicated कर देते. Complicated नहीं करना बच्चा. उनको complications नहीं चाहिए. Bachcha, there's a video which I've put up, which is how to score above 90%, which is on the basis of वो आपके काउंसिल ने फीडबैक दे पब्लिश फीडबैक हर एग्जाम के बाद वो फीडबैक पब्लिश करते हैं तो मैंने उस को स्टडी किया था आई स्टडीड दैट I incorporated all of that point and I made a video. Go ahead and watch that video, bacha, if you haven't. Not because I want you to watch the video, but because that will help you a lot on how to score well. If you watched it, then well and good. Because there, those things are there. I think I've made it with reference to literature, and no, I think I've made it with reference to literature or language. I don't exactly remember. But anyway, if I have not made it with reference to language, but what you need to do is ऐसे के लिए बच्चा जो है whatever I have given to you all, just argumentative, narrative, and descriptive, follow those because it includes those points as well, plus the components of essay that needs to be included in your essay. So वो हो जाता है. There if you're writing essay अगर सही लिखा है grammar. One more thing about essay, do not change tenses. Begin, अगर मैं begin कर रही हूँ present tense से और फिर मैं बीच में past tense और फिर फ्यूचर टेंस नहीं चलेगा. डू नॉट डू थिंग्स लाइक दैट. essays are supposed to be written in past tense. Yes, अगर आप universal fact कर रहे हो, Raman looked out of the window and said to his friend, uh, how beautiful the Eiffel Tower is. So in that sense, yes, how beautiful the Eiffel Tower was, he is not going to say. He is going to say is. तो उन सब केसेस में आप सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस यूज कर सकते हो. बट अदरवाइज मोस्ट ऑफ द टेंस यूजुअली एसेज के लिए टेंस हम पास्ट ही लिखते हैं बिकॉज इट्स अ नरेटिव नरेशन है जो हम बाद में लिख रहे हैं. वी आर राइटिंग इट आफ्टर. सो वी यूज पास्ट टेंस ओनली. सर्टेन अगर ऑब्वियसली अगर सिचुएशन ऐसे होगा that there's a girl and she's saying that she'll reach someplace, then हम ऐड कर सकते हैं. तो कॉन्टेक्स्ट स्पेसिफिक ऐसे के लिए जाता है. लेकिन बच्चा मोस्ट प्रोबेबली अगर हम जब नरेट करें इट्स सपोज टू बी रिटन इन पास्ट टेंस ओनली. And if you're writing in present tense, go with one tense only. Future tense, we do not do that. Go with one tense only, and usually it's in past tense. Uh, so that's there. Ma'am, descriptive essay, social gathering after COVID, what change you see? Yes, Bhumika, regarding descriptive essay, going to put up a video. Please watch that, Vacha. You'll get this idea, what changes you see. And also, whatever components are, because these are not like, these are things that I've taught my students and we are done and dusted. But these are very important components because one of them is enhancement of your descriptive essay by using adjectives, certain evocation of certain senses. So I'll have discussed that in that essay, which you will be getting tomorrow morning. Today you will be getting narrative essay and grammar and stuff like that. Quotes for argumentative essay. Okay, Ashish. Quote for argumentative. What quote? Is it say, Ashish, do you mean to say that you want to write certain quotes, but what quote are you referring to? Like with reference to certain topic that I'll begin with a quotation. Is that what you're referring to? Just clarify. Ma'am, can we write exam hall as sender's address? Can we write exam hall as sender's address? Copy, I cannot understand your question. Exam hall as sender's address. Ma'am, in notice which date have to write according to 21st February. Beta, write a date prior to 21st February. Go with a date prior to 21st February. For example, here in your this total English, you have suppose I'm just putting up a random topic, choosing a random topic. So where is the notice? Let me see. You said yeah, notice. So your school is organizing a charity drive for the underprivileged kids. Write out a notice to be put up in a school inviting them. So since here, bacha, you are inviting people for charity drive. So why you are not going to mention 21st February? You are going to mention maybe 18th of Feb or maybe 16th of Feb or maybe you can mention a week or a week or two before because then you have sent out a notice, na? So before when because notice you always put up before the event. uh, Ma'am, is a line left after catchy? Is line left after catchy heading? Again, Mahi, please, all the format based question, please go ahead and look at it up. Ma'am, can you help us with vocabulary and composition? Vocabulary and composition, Venu Gopal, what you can do is today's bacha 19th and then we have 20 and 21st. What you can do is the only help that I can offer is read. Open up, write a like then just download a dictionary. That is the way I have learned my vocabulary and I have enhanced and bolstered my vocabulary. Okay, so download a dictionary, download any offline dictionary, just read through it, go through it randomly. That's what you can do, or go through the internet and go through it randomly. That's how you can, vocabulary. That's what you can do, because at this moment, ma'am, we have to write in ma'am, what do we have to write in sender's address? Can we write exam on name of our school? Sender's address for what? Sender's address for what? Again, not understanding, but you have to give me context. Ma'am, tips to write good composition. Prabhavati, tips to write good composition. Descriptive, go and watch argumentative essay. You'll find the tips. Descriptive and narrative, putting up the video. Uh, yes. Uh, um, comprehension tips, comprehension tips. Read the comprehension really well. That's there. Read the comprehension really, really well. That's one thing. Please, because what happens is students in the rush to complete or also time yourself. So you have 2 hours. Make sure that in half an hour or 45 minutes you're completing the first section. Grammar wouldn't take you a really long time. Grammar isn't something that's going to take you, but 45 minutes plus somehow not even 45 minutes, try to make it 35 minutes, so here you can take 15 minutes and 10 minutes division. So that's how. And comprehension tips, read the comprehension really well, pay attention to the words, then come to the questions and then look at what is it asking for and search for it. So reading the comprehension really well is the key to getting writing good. How to cook? Seema Yadav, again, beta, watch the video, have made it with a lot of hard work, will help you to score good marks. Yes, Seema Shaw, going to give, today I'm going to put a, no, picture composition, narrative form and picture composition, no, beta, there are different rules for picture composition. Ma'am, my proposition again, beta, practice 10 years papers. People who are doing it this for the last studying, doing the last moment study, the only solution is practice 10 years papers. Against him, do not zero K muchly, whatever you. I think it's muchly only, but anyway, do not go hold grudge against him. Uh, Ma'am, were you a teacher before? I am a teacher right now as well. I'm not a teacher before. My profession is that I am a teacher only. Uh, how to write good the summary grid? Couldn't understand. Um, Beta, for all the format based questions, refer to Total English. Refer to Total English. These are very basic questions in class 10 level. These are very basic questions. Now, coming to the thing, what I'm going to do is, yes, PDF. So, I'm going to put up the link of the episteme classes Instagram channel. There you can go. There you will have my Drive, Google Drive link. Anyone who opens the Google Drive link will have the access to the PDF so that they can have it and utilize it. And use it. So I'm going to put the link of my Instagram channel either on the post, Episteme Classes Instagram channel, either on the post, or I'm going to put it on the description of one of these videos. You can go there, uh, try and and this proverb, what proverbs to use, what quotations to use, what are the keywords. For all of that, I'm going to put these short videos from today till 21st with reference to literature and language or there. So please watch it. You people are sitting and watching, you people are sitting and having a lunch, whatever. It will just take 2 minutes. You can watch reels, I'm sure. So, and I'm sure you watch reels. So watch this for the betterment of your examination. Uh, yes, that's it. Uh, so, okay. No, you have to write the specificities. You have to go with the specificities. Specificities. You have to go with that. Again, all the format based questions, please go ahead and go and watch, read Total English. It's there. So that's all. I'm really glad that I could met a lot of you, and I could actually interact with a lot of you, help a lot of you. I do hope that this session was of some help. I hope uh, that your doubts did get clarified, and I was of instrumental to you in some way or the other. So thank you so much. Uh, that's there. And Bhumika, stay connected, ma'am. You stay connected with I'll stay connected with you throughout, Bhumika. I'm not just going to stay connected to 21st. I'm going to stay connected with you, put up content for you throughout, for your entire educational journey. So not just 21st. I'm there for you. I am there. But yes, something like format-based questions and stuff like that. Those are very basic things, child. I do not expect you all to pressy 50 words summary, pressy whoever is talking about. I think one of the student was also talking about going to put up a short video for that either on Instagram or here because it's pressy. So it's just summarization, going to sum it up. So that's not there. That's not an important. Uh, should the answer be long? Should the answer be long or only keywords? No, it's nothing about again. It's nothing about long answer, short answer. The answer is sufficient. If what you are writing is sufficient, you will get marks. And yes, keywords. You have to use keywords. I am going to give you a set of keywords for different poems and stuff that is going to come. That video is there. Please be on the lookout. It will be helpful for you. No, but can we write pressing more than 60 words? Less than. Can we write pressing more than 60 words? Less than 60. Please stick to the limit. Uh, Ma'am, I got 84 in Pressy. Can I get above Pressy? But a Pressy, you got 84, above 90. Avleen, is it Pressy or is it the whole of your language paper? Whatever you referring to. But anyway, Pressy, again, a very small thing. So we'll be putting up a short video on Instagram, and please, there also you'll find the PDF. I'll be putting up the description. Please go ahead and watch it. And yeah, it was nice meeting you all. I hope you also were like this live session. I hope you all people also liked it. And I hope I was of some help to you. And yes, and yeah, do watch the videos that I'm putting up there. Again, it is based on a lot of hard work. And just a little bit of introduction. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Anam. I forgot to uh, yes, I should have done that but then I was in such a hurry to just help you out that I forgot that. And the session was supposed to be of half an hour and look at us, where are we? But anyways, my name is Anam. I have done my bachelor's and master's in English language and literature. So again, you're dealing with someone who has a solid background, has studied that subject for 5+ years. I'm on my way to do I'm still working on my PhD, and I'm also a teacher. I've been teaching students, personally teaching students, guiding them from 10+ years. This will be my 12th or 13th year, God only remember. I've been teaching since a really long time and since I was really young. So, yeah. So, yes, 12 to 13 years, God only knows. So, you people are in good hands, both wise. So, do not fear or do not do anything. But even then, I make sure that, I try and give you the things after verification, stuff like that, just because there might be some people who might who might end up having doubts and things, because I did get people who are doubting, ma'am this, ma'am that. So there's nothing of that sort. Even then, I'll give you my best. uh, Ma'am, tips for English language. But the whole video was about tips for language. The whole video was about this only. Good, Abdul Majid. Good that you scored. Very good. Yes. So I'm going to end the session now. However, it was nice meeting you all. It was nice meeting Bhumika. It was nice meeting Ashish, yes, Ashish was also, I think Ashish, Navneet, yes, with a preposition, I'm going to put up a video for that. Speksha and Abdul Majid and all these kids, I mean, Seema and rest of Seema Shaw, Pranjal, Prabhaviti, Shubham, all of you. It was really, really nice meeting you. I hope I actually helped you out, people in some way. And I hope that you get the best marks. I hope, because you people are not working. I just that I have also become a part of your journey. And although the distance divides us, we have been demarcated. But again, one of the word that you could use for distance is demarcation. Demarcation is separation. So again, people who are asking for vocabulary, demarcation for separation. So it was good meeting you all. I hope you liked the session. I hope you know you people had a good time. It was helpful. Stay tuned, and also, since a lot of hard work is there, please share these my videos with your classmates, with anyone who finds it helpful, because I want all of us to succeed. I want all of us to do our best, all of us to achieve our dreams, whatever our dreams are. We All of us to make our parents proud, go and get that marks, whatever marks that we need, go and have it and be the best out there. Why not? Why should we be the last or any or in between? Why shouldn't we be the best? So we would be the best, right? So I would want all of us to do that. So for that purpose, please, beta, share my videos, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, liked it. Obviously, I'm putting up so much of hard work. So do subscribe. For people who haven't subscribed or people who shy away from subscribing and liking, why aren't you doing that? Can't you see ma'am's hard work? Ma'am's hard work is not worthy enough for a subscription or like or anything of that sort. Anyway, jokes apart, study well, uh, go back, rush, practice things. Two videos are going to be put up today. Watch them, comment if you have any problem. Proverbs, quotations, going to take it up. And yeah, and I'll send the link of the Instagram in description or the post. Go ahead, utilize the preposition, utilize whatever I'm giving to your best. And yes, now the transformational sentences today, as I said, I'll be putting up a whole of it, so you have all of that. Okay, bye bye. Take care. Have a good evening and go ahead and study.